mai girma Atiku Abubakar, mai girma Peter Obi, Rotimi Amaechi, Rauf Aregbesola.
Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, welcome back again. I stumbled into a video, very quick one. I think it happened during the weekends, where Rufia was listing out the partnership they are building, the alliance they are building, and the gladiators they are putting together to unseat Tinubu in 2027.
Mai girma Atiku Abubakar, mai girma Peter Obi, Rotimi Amaechi, Rauf Aregbesola.
This came about when they had this meeting.
The highlight of the day is the reaction to the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State. Expectedly, the politics of 2027 came into play at the forum when former Vice President Atiku, in response to a question, confirmed that all is now set for the coalition to challenge President Tinubu in 2027 for the presidential race. This drew applause from the politicians in the environment. Now to last Tuesday's announcement of state of emergency by President Tinubu. For Atiku and his group, it was an imposition of autocratic federal control over a duly elected government.
If President Tinubu had conveniently disguised his true intention in the past, his broadcast to the nation on 18th March 2025 betrayed his bias and fell far below the standard of comportment expected from his exalted office.
The former vice president blamed Tinubu's administration for ignoring alternative legal avenues.
If the issue was the diversion of the Rivers State House of Assembly, the president could have encouraged the National Assembly to intervene under Section 11 of the Constitution. However, even under such an intervention, the governor and deputy governor cannot be removed by any arm of government except through constitutional means, as the proviso to Section 11(4) clearly provides.
Atiku was taken up on his role as vice president in the Olusegun Obasanjo administration when in 2004 suspended Plateau State Governor Joshua Daroye, and in 2006 when the hammer fell on then Governor Ayo Fayose of Ekiti State. Naira Rufia responded.
It is true that in those cases the governors were suspended. These suspensions were challenged in the courts. In 2006, the Supreme Court of Nigeria gave a judgment clearly stating that even though by then Daroye had been restored to office, but lashed the Obasanjo administration and said that under no circumstances would the emergency provisions in Section 305 be used to remove any elected official. That is the law. The Supreme Court has spoken. No legislation or constitutional amendment has changed that. So that is the law. No one.
The group called for immediate reversal of the proclamation and reinstate Governor Fubara and his deputy, as well as the State House of Assembly. Anoyoyo Ogiagbori, AIT News.
I can see Atiku there. You can also see P2B representative, the leader of the Obedient Movement, Yanka Yusuf or something. You know, remember the guy? He's there, and some other political gladiators outside the ones that you already had. Rufia mentioned, Rotimi Amaechi them, and the rest of them, putting forces together to unseat Tinubu. Now the question is, Nigerian people, who will they present or put forward that Nigerian people can trust? Let me not say Peter Obi, so that people will not say, we already know you are a supporter of Peter Obi and the rest of them, or even those who are still living in the Nigerian ethnic mentality and jingoism, to say, it's because you are an Igbo man, you always want Peter Obi to be president. And even our own people will say, Peter Obi can never be president because an Igbo man will never be allowed to be president. Now, in the midst of this alliance, do you think that Peter Obi will emerge as their candidate come 2027 if they put their forces together. And someone was asking me actually, would Atiku deputize Peter Obi? Agreed to. And I said no, it won't happen because Atiku had already been a 2-term vice president. So the only office I think he will be hiring for is the presidency. And come 2027, he should not even think or contemplate presenting himself. And I believe he actually knew that position. And that's why they're doing everything possible. Let me just allow this guy, Peter Obi, let's support him, become the president. And perhaps after his tenure, then Atiku can have a shot of the presidency for the northern, era. They do this between north and south. So let's have your opinion on this. Would you think that these guys together will be able to face the Buccaneers in power today? Because the way these guys are going, I mean, Tinubu and his wicked them. These guys are not smiling on 2027. You are going to see the unseeable. You are going to see democracy in its worst form and shape on 2027. What we saw in 2023 is just an introduction. The real deal is about to happen on 2027. But the question is, will these forces be able to dismantle their let's have your opinion on the comment section. I still remain Peter, your advocate for good governance. Please share this video for wider education and desensitization of Nigerian people. Bye-bye for now. GGN, uniting the people for good governance.